Well, every year there seems to be some new cooking movie, especially in the last few years. Last year it was Chef, and this year it's going to be Burnt with Bradley Cooper. Um, to say that cooking is an art form and that there's a lot of creativity that goes into it, and you're dealing with people with egos regarding chefs to create something, the perfect meal is kind of an understatement. For anybody that's worked in the restaurant business, this movie does strike an accord with you about how, the rush, how chaotic it can be, and the level, the lengths that people will go to, chefs will go to create something. Um, this film was actually pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised about how good it really was, and the performances by Bradley Cooper and Sienna Miller. Well, I'm never really surprised by her performance. She's always been good. Even in the G.I. Joe movie that us nerds actually hate, she did a pretty good job playing the Baroness, despite that movie being god awful and very very terrible. But Burt centers around a chef whose ego gets in the way and who's a drug addict and basically ruins his career and sentences himself uh, to be a lowly cook somewhere and until he's finally ready to uh, try again and go off and go after for the in this fictional movie a third mission star, which I guess is the highest rating a chef can actually make. Um, but it's kind of a different departure for Bradley Cooper from what we have seen. And if you enjoyed last year's American Sniper, where he played a Navy SEAL and Sienna Miller played his wife, they definitely completely transformed themselves for this film. Uh, but it's enjoyable, it's funny. The competition between chefs and nemesis and everything is fairly humorous. I would actually rate this movie a 7 out of 10. It's not a fantastic movie. It's a good movie. It's worth watching. And I would say that I think people will watch it more than once. I don't know if I would necessarily have gone to the theater to see it. It is a good date movie. If you have a love of cooking and, for chefs out there, it might bring back some bad memories and put you in a place like, oh, I've been there before, but I think it will be enjoyable. Uh, I will be honest that as for cooking movies, it's not my favorite. I still think Chef is, which is what we rated as our number one independent film last year for that nerd show. But again, pleasantly surprised about how good it was, and I think that Bradley Cooper really has come into his own as an actor. He's not as annoying as he used to be, and I think that kind of comes, with age. Um, so, like I said, it's not my favorite role that he's ever done, but I did thoroughly enjoy him in this film. If there's one metaphor that I can give as an author, I think Burnt is Ayn Rand's The Fountainhead for chefs. That quest for perfection, and that nothing will ever be good enough, and that you'd rather destroy your own kitchen and your own style and all that before you serve something subpar. Um, it reminded me a lot of that. And The Fountainhead, as a writer and uh, radio host for that nerd show, it did strike an accord with me on that because I've been there with my artistic creativity. Uh, but like I said, it's an enjoyable film, and it's got a great cast from Bradley Cooper to Sienna Miller to Andrew Rye, who is on um, the Americans, to Daniel Berg from The Fifth Estate, and Rush, the racing movie. So worth watching. And if you're looking for a good movie, a matinee at the theater one afternoon, you and your wife, you and your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, go check it out. Like I said, it's worth the price of a matinee movie ticket, um, and it's worth sitting down for an hour and 40 minutes and watching. So we definitely give this a 7 out of 10.